while he may not take the stage, Trump is expected to take the stand tomorrow. Chandelle Summer is an attorney and former Fulton County public defender here in Georgia. She joins us now to discuss what the former president may say tomorrow. Chandelle, thank you for joining us this morning. So the judge has already found Donald Trump and his two sons engaged in, quote, persistent fraud with exaggerated valuations of their assets in order to get more favorable bank loans. What kind of explanation can the former president provide here to help his case?
Good morning, Alexa. As you might expect, Donald Trump will probably continue in his role as promoter-in-chief of the Trump organization. He's going to say that values are slippery, values are based on opinion, and that he relied primarily on the work of his financial advisors, as well as accountants and others who would give him opinions as to value.
In your legal experience, does that have any teeth? I mean, do you think that will hold up?
Alexa, I think that whenever you're dealing with property valuations, you can value your property different amounts for different purposes. For example, when you're valuing your property for property taxes, people tend to say that it's lower than what the fair market value might be because they want to pay less taxes, correct? When people are valuing their property for the banks, they give it the most sunny upside they can come up with. These values are based on trying to convince the bank to give you a loan. So the idea that you are putting your best foot forward with the bank is really not that uncommon. I think people do that all the time. You always want to put your best spin on the value because you're in partnership with the bank. The banks aren't complaining here. There's no harm to the banks. They got paid back millions of dollars in interest. So the idea that he is asking the bank to lend him money so that they can be in partnership in order to earn millions of dollars on behalf of the bank is a win-win for both sides. I don't see how this is a problem.
We talk about fallout here or implications and what will happen to the Trump organization and assets if the court holds for New York State here. I think people are asking, well, what does this mean and what will happen next?
Of course, they've already appointed a receiver to run the company basically while this fraud trial is going on. And the state of New York, through its Attorney General, is seeking to have $250 million in damages and to basically dissolve the Trump organization. This is simply an effort to cut to the heart of Donald Trump because his identity is as a real estate developer. So they are really going after him where it hurts. This is a trial that is basically a victimless crime. He is not harming anyone by his actions. In fact, he's making millions of dollars for the banks and the insurance companies. But the New York Attorney General has sought to use a very controversial statute to say that he lied on his financial statements. This is really, again, it appears to be a political prosecution because of the fact that he's running for president. And I don't see them going after every businessman in New York who might have had a value that they disagree with. They've just singled out Donald Trump in this selective prosecution.
So you disagree with the judge ruling that fraud has happened here?
I disagree that fraud should be proven, can be proven by property values where no one is complaining. When you've got a property value that the bank disagrees with, they have an opportunity to go out and investigate. If they didn't think that was the proper value, or if he had defaulted on the loans and they said that it was because they gave him the money because of the fact that he inflated his values, then that would be one thing to me. But again, this is a victimless crime. They made tons of money. They made interest on these loans. He paid them back. It's just kind of going back in time to try to find something against Donald Trump. It appears to be a pattern on the part of the New York Attorney General, and there's clearly a lot of bad blood between Donald Trump and the Attorney General. And now the way that the case is going is, again, just helping him in the presidential election because everyone feels as though he's being persecuted.
Yeah, we have seen.
Or a lot of people do.
We have seen these cases not impact his poll numbers, actually inflate the poll numbers. Still, all the other candidates really trailing behind him. It will be interesting to see if his testimony tomorrow has any impact on that. Do you think this case will impact any of the other state, local cases involving the former president?
I think that the impenetrability of Donald Trump could be proven by this case. However, this case, he's likely to be found to be responsible for inflating his property value. So the court's likely to find that he has violated the law in some way. But this will be appealed. So now he's going to have yet another pending case with no real resolution. And they've already started talking about the appeal. All of the outside the courtroom talk has been about, we're going to appeal this, we're going to appeal this. So I think it's almost a done deal that he is going to be found responsible by the judge. And they're attacking the judge, and they're attacking the judge's law clerk. They're saying that they're working together, co-judging the case, that she's passing notes to him. And although that might be common practice, as an attorney who's practiced law for 40 years, I can tell you that I find it really kind of odd that she would be passing him notes during the trial that would not be part of the record. I mean, I think that the parties should have an opportunity to know what those notes say.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of criticism and a lot of conversation from the former president, his family, regarding the clerk's involvement. So it will be interesting to see how that works tomorrow when the former president and his daughter and other family members are still expected to take the stand. Chandelle Summer, thank you so much for your insight this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Alexa.